Hi everyone, welcome to Nicole's Needlework. My name is Nicole and this is a podcast about stitching, knitting, and sometimes spinning. Today is Tuesday, June 21st. It is almost 6 o'clock. I've gotten off work and I took my oldest son to band practice. He's in the high school band, so they do some practices over the summer. So I thought I'd share a little bit about what I've been up to lately. I've been mainly stitching again, and still I have been knitting just a little bit, mainly on my socks, and so I guess I'll get right into it. So we went down to Florida for a quick trip. Unfortunately, we met up with Tropical Storm Colin. So it was very rainy, very windy. Streets were flooded. We really couldn't do too much, but it was still a nice trip. And then first we visited my mom, and then we went up and visited my in-laws. And I didn't go to any shops while I was there. I did start on my way down. I started Paulette's Summer in Nantucket, and I'm doing it on the 35 count Confederate gray linen, and that's what I got done. And I changed some of the colors. I changed this to I think it's Barnwood Red or Barn Red by Classic Colorworks. I wanted it to be a little more, this is the color it called for right here, this brown, and I wanted mine to be a little more red like it is in the pattern. And then I thought I'd just do the house like it is, using that call for color. So the only problem is my white is not showing up very well. So you really have to get close to see that white. So I'm just kind of feeling so about this right now. So I'm just gonna put it away. It's kind of in timeout right now. I also worked on, while I was down there, I got to meet up with my friend Carrie, who is Simply Fabulous Carrie. She has the blog. She hasn't posted in a while, but if you go on there, you can see a lot of her wonderful cross-stitch projects. She's an amazing stitcher, and she has a sister, Kathy, and Joan from Utah. I call myself the fourth sister. I'd love to meet up with all of them one day, and hopefully they're all going to Shepherd's Bush this year, and I'd love to go. I wish I could, but maybe in a couple years I'll get to do that. Sorry for the keys. My purse is up here. So another thing I worked on a little bit was Sampler Hill with that needle and thread. And I didn't get a lot done on this, but I did finish the hill, which I was excited about. So I haven't really worked on it in a while. And again, the threads I'm using are just various Classic Colorworks, Week Dye Works, and Gentle Arts. The main thing I have worked on is my All Creatures Great and Small by Barbara Anna Designs. And here's that. And this is what I've gotten done. I'm having so much fun with this, and I'm working on filling in this hill right now. I'm almost done. This is 40 count vintage country mocha by Zweigart, and the threads I'm using are anchor threads. I ended up putting it on bobbins just because it was just seeming messy. It was getting messy on those thread drops. I like the thread drops, but I thought I'd try this out just for a change. So I'm really, really loving this project. It's so much fun. And I thought I'd share my little, I love this little eyeglass and like needle case. I got it at Myrtle Beach a few years back, and for the eyeglass I put my little magnifiers in there, and then I have my scissors, my favorite Dovo scissors. Let's see if I can get you. So the only other accessories I have are needles, which I have this cute little needle case that Tanya of the Scarlet House painted, and I bought it on Etsy a long time ago. She's not doing them anymore. And my poor little bent up doolally. This is one of the original doolalies. I don't think they make these anymore, but even though it's bent up, I still use it all the time. And I also had tweezers, but my son took them, of course. So I gotta get those back. But that's really the only needlework accessories I use. That's it. That's all you need. Oh, and I do use magnetic boards. So, for charts. Other than that, that's it. Oh, my favorite needles are Bowen's. Size 28, my absolute favorites. I don't like short needles, I like longer. So that's what I've put in here. All Bowen's. So I did meet up with Karen of Karen's Handiworks and Charlene. Charlene in the USA, I think is her name pretty much everywhere. And we went up to Rock Hill. There is a shop there called the Stitch and Frame Shop, and it's a wonderful shop. They have a good selection of linen. They have a good selection of new charts. They don't really carry a lot of old things. They move their inventory to what's popular and what's selling, which I think is so smart. I mean, why hold on to a bunch of inventory from 90s or 2000s? It just makes sense unless something is a good seller. And they keep track of it on an inventory card behind all the patterns. I think they just run a really smart business. So, my very sweet husband gave me a little spending money to get a few things, and what I mainly got was linen because I was really wanting some more 36 count Picture This Plus because I'm really loving it right now. So I got a fat quarter of Legacy, which is so pretty. I love it. And a fat quarter of 36 count Wren. And they're both so pretty. And one of the charts I got to go with one of those, sorry for the rustling, is Grand Old Flag by With Thy Needle and Thread, and it calls for legacy. So I think it would look nice on either. So I love this. I love this patriotic lady on the spool of thread. And actually Karen was working on this when we went and stitched together. So that was fun to see it almost stitched up. And I also got a fat quarter of one of my favorite linens of all times. And this is Lakeside Linen, 40 count Lakeside Linen. It says exemplar. I think it's vintage exemplar, because it does have a little modeling, you can tell. And what I'm thinking of stitching on this are these little house, little, I can't remember what they're called, little sheep virtue. Little sheep virtues. I'm thinking doing, I can't decide if I want to do an all one piece, do them all together, or do them as ornaments. In the shop, they had them done as ornaments. So that's what I was thinking I might do. But they're so cute. That's peace, hope, and love. I just think they're adorable. So, still thinking about that. Well, I got that, and then, oh, it does call for DMC. I pulled some of the DMC, not all of them. But they're pretty colors, very pretty colors. This is just some of them. Sorry for the tangles. So we went to lunch at Panera, and we did some stitching, just about 3 hours. And I kept thinking about the hands-on design chalk squared patterns. They had quite a few of them there, but they came with the buttons, so each little chart would have been at least $15, maybe more. By the time you added it up, it was quite a bit. So I was like, I'll wait. And then, but then I kept thinking, well, I could just get the main chart and get the other ones later. So we went back to the shop, and we still had a little time, so I ended up getting it. And that's A Moment in Chalk. And it's with hands-on design and just another button company. So I thought I can always get the buttons later. I can always get a couple charts and then get the buttons later. Those are the buttons that came with this. And I ended up getting this linen. It calls for gunmetal. I ended up getting, oh wait, it is gunmetal. I'm so stupid. I thought it was said charcoal for some reason. Never mind. It is gunmetal. I got the call for linen. Except I got 35 count instead of 32. I wanted to see what it would be like with one strand of thread. So I did a little test, and that's the coverage I got, which I think is pretty good. So, since I got okay coverage, I decided to start it. is big. It's really big. It's like 22 by 22 and 35 count. So I decided to start in the middle. And that's what I've done so far. And I think it's okay. I think it'll be okay coverage. Just one strand of thread over two on 35 count. Got metal. Check. Yep, called for color. I don't know why I thought it was something else. And the colors this uses right here, and this is Gentle Arts and one black DMC there. And to be honest, I probably could have just used white DMC instead of the chalk, but it is a nice bright white with like a hint of blue, so it does look different, but probably wouldn't have made much difference. But anyway, and then they were out of grasshopper, and she said you can substitute avocado, because I guess Gentle Arts is having trouble with their or I don't know, something with their dyeing of grasshopper. So that's what the threads will look like on the linen. So I'm really excited for this. If you are on Instagram, go to Hands On Design and you can see how cute it is, all stitched up. She has a picture framed and on her mantle. It's really cute. I would check that out. And also, it's on Facebook under Squareology. I think the same picture. So that picture is what like sealed it for me. I want to get it framed exactly how she has it. So anyway. All right. The last thing I worked on. Oh, hold on. My sweet friend Karen made up these thread minders, and she said they're the French General Sizex. I can't even think of what they call it, but they're so cute. I mean, just adorable. She really did a good job on these. And then there's some, I guess it would be a template, or I can't remember what they call them. Anyway, so adorable. She does beautiful paper crafting, cards, and just all kinds of cute stuff with paper. So that's the stash, and I won't need to buy any stash for quite a while. I say that now, and watch, I go crazy. But I'm still trying to not buy a lot, and still trying to think about purchases and that kind of thing. These are things I really thought about and had on my wish list, and I'm really excited about. So last thing I worked on, knitting wise, are my socks. And you're probably getting sick of seeing these. It's all tangled. I try to keep it from getting tangled and it never works. But I did get the heels in, and I'm doing, I did the heels in One Twisted Tree, my other socks, the Stop and Smell the Peonies. I used some of that yarn from that. And this again is Mustache yarn in the Pippi colorway in the Perfect Sock Base, which is 75% merino and 25% nylon. That's her little tag. And that was for the sock school. I'm not really doing like a knit along or anything. I'm just knitting on my own. One day I'll finish those. Those are my car project, my waiting in line project, my movie theater project. Yeah, I've started knitting in the theater. I never thought I could, but on a vanilla sock I'm able to. Although I was a little worried I was messing up, but I did okay. We went and saw Warcraft with my son on his 16th birthday. That's what he wanted to do. So it ended up being much better than I thought it would be. So one other thing is someone wanted to see my IKEA boxes and how I store my threads in there. So this is the size, just this basic size. And I have my hand-dyed silk threads in here. And I just have my floss away bags with some cardboard in the middle to keep them separated. And that's it. So mainly these are bell soies and I have some Dinky Dyes and Gloriana in here, a couple thread gather, mainly bell soie though. I've been collecting those for quite a while, several years. And I've been following Vanna of the Twisted Stitchers blog for several years also. And she recently started a floss tube YouTube channel, and I noticed how she organized her cotton threads, and I decided to try it also. And the only problem with this, it takes up a little more space than say putting them in floss away bags, which would probably be better for me because I don't have a ton of space with 3 boys. I don't have my own craft room or craft space. I just kind of put it where I can. I have a linen closet and a closet in the garage, and that's my storage space. But anyway, I decided to do her method of storing her cotton threads. I just thought it was a neat idea. You can get to them quickly. You put them away quickly. I just thought it was really cool. The only thing is, say you buy a new color and it goes right here. You kind of have to move everything then. Or do what I did and just put 2 of the same color in the same ring and deal with it later. That's kind of what I've done a couple times. But I kind of like this idea, and I like being able to see the different dye lots of one color. Like if I have a few, like say a few of avocado, and I can pick which dye lot I like the best. So it's kind of a neat idea. It is a little bulky, but I kind of like it. And I did my, this is how Classic Color works. I may put my weeks, I haven't decided. I got some rings that I ordered them at Walmart. They had a box of 50 for $5 or close to $5. I thought it was a wonderful deal. Everywhere else I'd seen them a lot more. Well, the rings were horrible. Half of them wouldn't even open. I mean, my fingers were purple by the time I was done because I was trying to open these rings. They were so tough. So I probably threw half of them away. So it ended up not being such a great deal. But I kind of like this. And all she did was get file folders. She has a whole like tutorial on her blog. She's got file folders cut off and then punch holes and put the colors on rings. She also added like a key tag for alphabetical order. I didn't do that. Yeah, and like I said, the only problem is if you have extra colors. Like I have 2 on here that are different, but it's not that big a deal. So that's my cotton threads. Thanks, Vanna, for the idea. We'll see if I stick to it. I'm always looking for new storage ideas. And I think that's it. Thank you again for watching. I forgot to say in the beginning that show notes can be found on my blog, Nicole's Needlework, and I can also be Well, my video keeps cutting out on me because I'm out of space. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and like I said, I forgot to say before, is show notes can be found at nicolesneedlework.com, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry and Periscope, which I'm mainly a lurker on, as Nicole's Needlework. So thank you again, and hope to see you in a couple weeks, maybe less. Bye.